Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Jeff Gerber. For the next 10 minutes, we're going to be taking a look at your weather here in southeast Texas. Next 7 days look very warm, and we'll also throw in some rain chances as we get closer to the weekend. So looking good as far as getting some much needed rainfall here in southeast Texas. We're anywhere from 2 to 4 inches behind, and we could use some rain to help moisten things up. A lot of areas are very dry, so fire danger is climbing every day. Our drought is climbing every day as far as how the severity of the drought. So we could use some rain. It looks like at least we'll get a little bit for this weekend, maybe a half an inch or inch of rain coming up Saturday through Sunday. Let's take a look at the rest of the day forecast for today. Really not calling for any rain, but we do have some cloud cover out there, but a little bit of sunshine as well. Temperatures in the upper 70s, close to 80 degrees during the middle part of the afternoon. We'll fall back into the middle 70s by 6 o'clock, and by 10 o'clock, we'll see temperatures falling back into the upper 60s, expecting lows only in the 60s for tonight. So with mostly cloudy skies and some south winds, we'll see temperatures generally in the middle to lower 60s heading into your Wednesday. Algae report, trees still high. That's this time of year where we see high tree pollen. Nothing to talk about as far as weed. Grass is up a little bit to 4, and then medium on mold right now. As we take a look outside, like I said, we have mostly cloudy skies, but a little bit of blue here and there as far as the sky is concerned. Let's take you up to Jasper. This camera is brought to you by Provalis in the Jasper area, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network, and definitely mostly cloudy skies right now in Jasper. Like I said, there is a few rays of sun that's breaking through every now and then, but definitely looking at a lot of cloud cover. Despite that, though, temperatures still should get in the upper 70s, maybe some lower 80s up in the lakes area for this afternoon. Expecting these clouds maybe to break up just a little bit towards the middle to late part of the afternoon to some partly cloudy skies. But once again, this camera brought to you by Provalis up there on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network in Jasper. Excuse me. As we take a look around the rest of southeast Texas, we'll head down towards Port Arthur. You can see a little bit more sunshine there. This camera brought to you by Market Basket, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. And a little blue, a few clouds here and there as we look off towards, looks like off towards the west in Port Arthur, and quiet conditions there. Had a little bit of fog, patchy fog this morning, but visibility really stayed above 2-3 miles for this morning, so it wasn't too thick out there. Really not a problem as far as the fog this morning. Had a little bit of drizzle and mist in Beaumont from the foggy conditions, but that was about it for it this morning. It wasn't too bad. Take another look. Well, I think we'll shift off towards maybe the Beaumont area on our next camera. Oh no, we'll go over to Orange, and this is the Horseman's Western Store over in Orange. And once again, mostly cloudy, but there's a little bit of blue here and there in the sky, having the sun break through a little bit. Our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network over in Orange currently showing 77 degrees, humidity at 80%. It is muggy out there, and winds right now to the southeast anywhere between say 5 and 15 miles per hour. So a little breezy for today, but nothing we can't handle as far as the winds are concerned. Of course, we don't have any rain. We're expecting, though, like I said, some rain this weekend, which we're waiting for. We could use a little bit of moisture in the ground, not so much in the atmosphere, but in the ground. We could use some conditions that are a little bit wetter. And then here's right here from our 12 News studio where we have mostly cloudy skies out there. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. As we look off towards the east of I-10 here, you can definitely see downtown Beaumont there off in the distance. All right, let's take a look at temperatures right now. And we're pushing our way up into the 70s. 78 right now in Woodville and Kirbyville, 75 in Jasper. Silsbee's at about 78. And then middle 70s here right around the triangle. 76 in Orange, 76 in Port Arthur, and then 74 in Beaumont. Over towards Houston, they're looking at about 78. Head up towards Conroe, they're about almost about 80 degrees right now. As we check across the state, very quiet. There's not much showing up as far as any rain. Radars are pretty quiet across the deep south. You can definitely see cloud cover, though, all across the entire eastern half of the state, from like I-35 all the way down over towards the Texas-Louisiana line. You can see the cloud cover there across most of the eastern half of the state. Then you get on the other side of I-35 going out to West Texas. Excuse me, there's a few clouds, but they're seeing quite a bit of sunshine in some spots across the state. This front to our north is going to continue to work northward and won't be bothering us. We're waiting for a cold front to come through, and that looks like it's going to be sometime as we head towards this weekend. Saturday and Sunday kind of stall out across the area, and that will be the focus for some scattered showers, so we got our fingers crossed for that. Speaking of some scattered showers, they are looking at some rain through parts of the Midwest. You can see from around, it looks like not quite to St. Louis, but through parts of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, they're seeing some scattered showers, and it looks like that's changing over to some wintry precipitation up and through Pennsylvania and New York, as they have winter weather advisories there being popped up, and looks like it's moving off towards the east, towards the coast, over there towards, say, Connecticut, New York, getting some winter weather advisories there. Southeastern U.S. looks quiet, across Texas, Louisiana, quiet. Also over towards the Four Corner states, pretty quiet with the exception of Colorado. A little spin right here through northern Colorado, producing some, it looks like, snow through the higher elevation, so good news for the ski resorts there. Hopefully it's not causing too many problems. And then as you look at the west coast, quiet right now, but there is a storm system that's approaching. See some of the clouds of that, and that might bring some wet weather once again towards the west coast. But right now, most of the activities through the interior part of the lower 48 with some rain and mixed with some, looks like some snow here and there. Our futurecast takes us into the upper 70s and lower 80s through the afternoon. Looking pretty warm out there. Our normal high this time of year should be around 70. So we're going to be a good, say, 8 to 12 degrees above normal for this afternoon. We'll drop back into the 70s through most of your evening and then eventually make our way back into the upper 60s by 10 o'clock. Overnight with the cloud cover, those south winds coming off the Gulf, we'll stay in the 60s. It's going to be a mild overnight into tomorrow morning. Won't need the jacket again tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, once again, we'll see mostly cloudy, changing to partly cloudy, and we'll see highs up there into the lower 80s. Maybe a few showers out towards Houston or Conroe as we head towards tomorrow afternoon. We should hold off on the rain until we get, I think, closer to Friday and then into the weekend when we could see some scattered showers. Coastal marine forecast for today. Southeasterly winds at 10 to 15 knots, seas around 2 feet. Well, that wind should make it a little choppy on the inland lakes and bays for today. Right now, you can see the wind at Texas Point, south to southeast 14 to 16, and water temperature there around 66 into the Gulf. High tide, we had one very early this morning, 2:25. Our next one's at 3:55 for this afternoon, so right before 4 o'clock there. And our sunset tonight is at 6:17. So our forecast for today, partly cloudy. No rain really expected. We'll see breezy conditions, south winds at around 10 to 15 generally across southeast Texas. And temperatures going to be there from the upper 70s here around the triangle to some lower 80s for inland southeast Texas and also the lakes here. So between 80 and about 82. Well, we'll be about 77, 78, 79 here in the triangle. For tonight, mostly cloudy skies. No rain expected. There could be a little bit of patchy fog, but I think like this morning where visibilities will stay up, I won't have to worry about any problems really, I think, driving around. And then temperatures are going to be in the middle 60s as we head through the overnight into tomorrow morning. So around, say, 64 to 66 in general as far as the overnight lows. We could see a few lower 60s a little bit farther north towards the lakes and maybe a few upper 60s towards the coast, of course, typical what we see for this time of year. Our 7-day forecast showing temperatures climbing into the lower 80s Wednesday through about Saturday, then some upper 70s for Sunday and Monday. We'll stay dry, it looks like, through Thursday, and then we'll bring in a rain chance. 20% on Friday, so isolated showers on Friday. And then for Saturday and Sunday, a front will come in, kind of stall out across the area. That will be the focus for maybe a few scattered showers or thunderstorms. We'll go with that 40% coverage, so it's not going to be a washout. But it will be damp at times if we get a couple of heavy downpours, one across the area and maybe another one following right behind it. So it could be damp at times. Best bet is just to get a radar app or take our 12 News app and look at the radar there, and you can kind of make outdoor plans if you have to, using the app, let you know where the rain is, if it's developing or not developing. So 12 News Now app will be a good thing for you to have on hand this weekend to kind of dodge some of these showers that could be around. And then Monday looks dry, as we'll see temperatures into the upper 70s there. Number across the bottom of your screen is a number of our cell phone we have in the Weather Center, 409-749-9302. Don't call the phone, we won't answer it, but you can definitely text us a weather question about any outdoor events you may be having. You want to know what the weather is for that, what time it's going to be, what day it's going to be. We can answer those kinds